Welcome back to another Cube Draft. My name is Edward, also known as Strategy. And that's a lot of lands in our first pack. Very interesting. I'm not interested in Show and Tell, not interested in 6, Exploration, World Spine Worm at the moment. So it's kind of between Quantum Riddler and Shieldred, I think. I could also see maybe Scalding Tarn. I think I want to take a Shieldred. Like, it's really nice to have a Shieldred already when you get, like, those random Time Twister and Wheel effects. Like, especially that could be, pick 5, pick 6 sometimes. So I think I'll take Shieldred. Really like this card, and I think the only other like non-land spell I'm really interested in there is the Quantum Riddler, and Quantum Riddler can be fine too. Um, but Shieldred is a little bit more vintagey. It can actually just straight up kill your opponent sometimes, so that's why I've settled on that one. For those of you interested in attending the land run this year, please reach out to me if you need any additional information. I try to have the Discord in the description now. Ooh. There's an Atraxa. There's also a Brain Freeze. We did pass a World Spine Worm too. We could have picked one. I don't think we would have ever, but it'd be funny if we got a Flash soon, or maybe in the next pack. I think I'm going to take the Atraxa. Like, Skull Clamp is very strong, and so is Brain Freeze, but you need more pieces for the Brain Freeze. And I think Atraxa is the easier and higher upside card. I guess Skull Clamp is actually technically easier, but I'm going to go with the Atraxa here. This can be a decent start into like a Reanimator theme. It could also just be the umpteenth control deck I draft in a row. And we don't have to play green, white, or blue technically to make Atraxa work, although we will probably end up in at least one of those other colors. Immediately have an LED here. That's disappointing. I'm not taking another big creature here. Sin is nice, but we already have an Atraxa. So there's a FOMO, there's a Preordain, a Reprieve. I could just take the Lion's Eye Diamond. There was a Yawgmoth's Will, I believe, unless I'm crazy and I'm blending drafts together. You know what? We'll take the Lion's Eye Diamond. It, also, like, if that Brain Freeze does come back around, that'd be cool. But I think whoever this Gideon person is, if it makes it to them, they will probably take the Brain Freeze if, they think that Lion's Eye Diamond could follow it. So, but anyways, if you like cubing, we do at least one high roller cube at the land run as well. The last few years, it's been a $500 entry, and then power like Time Walk, Pearl, etc. Have been the prizes for that. It's been a lot of fun. Okay, well, we're not a Lurrus deck at all. There's a Troll. Troll's nice. Oh, there's also a Persist. Do we want Persist instead? Persist doesn't get Atraxa, right? Yeah, non-legendary. So it actually doesn't work with either of our creatures. So I guess we'd rather have Troll in that case. I do like this Oko. For what it's worth. I just think Troll is the better card here. What does this do? Okay, that's a cool card. Not for us, but that's a cool card. Profs. Not a huge fan of profs. I guess it is just more bonus for drawing cards like Shieldred is. But if we're drawing a bunch of cards, I mean, that's usually a good thing anyways. I'm going to take the Troll here. Okay, I will say my respect on Concealing Curtains for this specific cube has done really well. I don't like it in like my more condensed vintage style cube. It's like a 405, so it's much more compact, and it just doesn't do as well there. Maybe we want this Mana Confluence just because it could help off offcast this Atraxa. I could also see Malevolent Rumble, honestly. It's not a 0 to take the Rin in 6. Tishana is also nice, but if I can stay base black, that'd be cool. And this Curtains has a high chance of wheeling. I think I'm supposed to take this Mana Confluence. It just goes so well with Atraxa and being able to cast her. So let's take the Mana Confluence. Okay, well. I mean, there's Indaltha Triome that gets fetched off Troll. I think that's what I'm supposed to take here. I'm not interested in Lingering Souls at this time. Nothing else in here really goes with what I'm trying to do. What is this? This creature enters with 4 oil counters. It's trample as long as it has 2 or fewer. Otherwise, it has hexproof. Remove an oil counter, and then you sacrifice it at the end. Okay, that's really weird and strange, but I guess they wanted to give green more stuff, I suppose. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take this Indaltha Triome. Notably, this Unexpectedly Absent can be very strong. Tucking things away in response to a fetch, making them redraw a bad card. There's a lot of things that Unexpectedly Absent can do. Now there's a Stoneforge. I'm not interested in the red duels. I would really like to stay away from those. There's an Unearth, but it currently doesn't work with anything we have. Smuggler's Copter is a way if we can get other creatures into play, we can discard these. And I'm not saying we have to be Reanimator. This does not need to be a Reanimator shell. It's a start to a decent one, but... Or it's a decent start to one, I should say. There was a Cauldron in the last pack. That's not nothing. I don't think I like this. Yeah, you may sacrifice a creature. We need, like, Bitter Blossom type effects to make that good. We're not casting things on our opponent's turn, although I did like Fire Nation Occupation when I had it. I want to go with the higher upside. There's a lot of black cards in this pack. One of them's going to wheel, maybe. I know there's only one card left in that pack to wheel, but it's a high chance it's a black card. Let's take the Stoneforge Mystic for the higher upside. Now there's a cloud. That's funny. Okay, there's a Shadowy Backstreet. I was looking at this Concealed Courtyard, but Backstreet is fetchable, and that does go a long way. There's also a Gobin. But I want to go with the Backstreet. Right now we have a decently strong base for black-white. I would love to get a Wheel of Fortune or a Time Twister or an Orcish Bowmaster, something. Thought Seizes, Duresses. Those type of cards are the ones I'm looking for. Ooh, Verdant Catacomb on the wheel? That's a gift. Yeah, I would love this Thieving Skydiver. I really would, but let's take the Verdant Catacomb. Not interested in the show and tell, even with the Traxa. I know it was the last cube rendition, but one of my opponents show and tell an Emrakul on me, and I put into play a Traxa and found Oko Time Walk. So yeah, good game. I just don't think show and tell is that great. It's cool in theory, but it doesn't work out in cube draft as much as it does in constructed. I think I'm supposed to just go with the Verge over the Prismatic Ending. Prismatic Ending's nice, and we could be up to 4 colors, but I really value having good mana, especially if you're going to play 4 colors, for both reasons. One, having your mana, but two, you're going to have to make cuts usually, especially the more colors you add, so it's nice to just have a lot of those cuts be lands. Do I dare play the Hushwood Verge? Yeah, there's a non-zero chance I play the Hushwood Verge. And Daltha is also a green land, which is nice. It's fetchable off of Traxa. That is very nice. Okay, there's an Explorer I don't think I'm interested in. This seems fine, but I really don't want to be 5 colors. There's also a Phantasmal Image. I think it's that or Explore, and if I do Explore, then I could be more like Junk colors or Abzan. Maybe I'm supposed to do that. I'll try it. I don't really draft Explore a whole lot. I mean, there's the Curtains. Ren 6... Yeah, I really don't want to be 5 color if I can avoid it. Let's just take the Curtains. Oh, sweet. Cauldron did wheel. Awesome. I thought that was the pack before, so I didn't say anything. I'm not complaining. That's really nice. And now Unearth gets back our Concealing or our Stoneforge Mystic. Let's see, Strip Mine, oh, Soul Ring, awesome, 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 awesome. This is a great Soul Ring deck. Or it's shaping up to be a great Soul Ring deck. Let's learn how to speak, Edward. Let's do that. Passing up on Snuff Out. Unmarked Grave is not the greatest if we were trying to stay a Reanimate Shell because it doesn't hit Shieldred or Atraxa. It wouldn't be a bad card on the wheel, but I'd rather wheel like Bitter Triumph, and Snuff Out's not going to wheel, but it would be nice too. Wastewood Verge, if all of those go, wouldn't be a bad one. But yeah, let's take this Soul Ring. Put that straight into our deck. I think this is the first time I've drafted with the Soul Ring. I don't think I've had a Soul Ring before. I could be wrong. I know I get a lot of Mana Vaults. Okay, now we have a Toxic Deluge, a Consult the Star Charts, a Marsh Flats is probably the pick. We're really not a Lutri deck. Like, we're so far away from a Lutri deck, it's not even funny. Overgrown Tomb could be a decent one as well. But I think I'm going to take the Marsh Flats and maybe the Scythecat Cub Wheels. That'll be interesting. Night's Whisper, Lauren, Urtai, Underground Mortuary. I don't think I'm interested in Underground Mortuary. I don't want too many tap lands. I already have a couple. Overgrown Tomb hopefully wheels. Arid Mesa, that only currently gets Shadowy Backstreet and Delta Triumph. I guess those are the only fetchables anyway, and it gets those. But I think I'd rather have Night's Whisper. If this was a dual land in all of our colors, or if both colors were like in our colors, I think I might take it. But I really like the Night's Whisper and maybe the Mossword Dread Knight wheels. That'd be cool. Remember, we don't have to be blue. That's why I'm not really valuing like a lot of the blue dual lands and other blue spells we've seen that I normally would, because the blue could be our splash color. Okay, so Godless Shrine is a choice. Seachrome Coast, but for the same reason I just said, probably not. There's Ignoble Hierarch. What does Ignoble look like? Not great. Also, Breach didn't wheel, obviously, so we can put the Lion's Eye Diamond to rest. I already have a few black-white lands. I just don't know what the Ignoble's doing a whole lot of, but let's take it. Ooh, Natural Order. That's a reward for the Ignoble Hierarch, and I believe we saw an Elvish Mystic earlier in this pack. There's also a Polluted Delta, but Natural Order, yeah, that might be our new thing. I know Worldspine Worm's gone, and if this Natural Order doesn't work out, that's fine. I think we prioritize mana well enough that we don't need this Polluted Delta. And this is more of a vintage card, which I really appreciate. Okay, now there's a Questing Beast. That's actually a pretty solid one, in my opinion. Get Lost is nice. Green Sun Zenith only gets Atraxa and Ignoble Hierarch right now. It's also another green-white duel, which we're definitely going to be interested in because it's Hushwood Verge. Are we supposed to just take Badgemole Cub? Probably. I think I like that better than Questing Beast only because I really want this Natural Order to be a thing, and I will Questing Beast the Natural Order, or vice versa, whatever. It's more awkward. Yeah, let's take the badge. Oh, wow, there's a Library of Alexandria. Interesting. There's also a Necromancy. That's just good value. I liked Library. I also don't even hate Uro here. Like, we have a blue source. We could get a second one decently easy, and we can always just cast it normally, but maybe we're okay with just Atraxa being our green. Man, this Library is very tempting, but Necromancy will always do Necromancy things. Library is only good in your opening hand, with obviously few exceptions. It's a lot of red touching lands. There's a Field of the Dead. I don't usually... I like this in like non-powered cubes. I like it in my arena cube a lot. I don't know if we want it here. I think I'd rather just take a Witherbloom. It's a way to mill and do some other cool stuff. Okay, there was a Land of War Elves. Awesome. I think I said Elvish Mystic, but I knew I recognized the card. Yeah, I would honestly love this Wastewood Verge, but we're gonna take Land of War Elves now. Like we have natural order. That's fantastic. Utopia Sprawl is another way to play Atraxa and ramp, but honestly, I think I just go with the Scythe Cat. We have a couple fetches, and it's another thing we can natural order out of. Oh, it would be really nice to hit a Time Walk in Pack 3. It would just be absolutely fantastic to do that. Okay, so the Mosswood Dread Knight did wheel. I think I'm supposed to take that. It's funny how we just like kind of backdoored into green a little bit this pack. This is shaping up to be nice. I don't have any complaints. I am on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like a 7 in excitement to play this deck. If I can get an Entomb and like one other Reanimate spell, I'd be like a 9. Like any more of that package, I would definitely just be a solid 10 for those keeping track at home. Okay, here we have now. Oh, Eternal Witness and Sea Chrome. Honestly, I may want the Sea Chrome, but Eternal Witness just has a lot of value. I'll take the Eternal Witness. I don't need Sea Chrome here. Sea Chrome is just a plains, which honestly, this is shaping up to just be a Golgari deck, but we have Cauldron and Stoneforge Mystic and plenty of free white splash. So, not to mention, I do want Atraxa to be castable. So, okay, so do we want the Lava Spur Boots, the Ultima, or the Nethergoyf? You know what? I'll take the Lava Spur Boots, actually. I don't draft that card a whole lot. Oh, wow. Well, this is a little bit better now with all the targets, so I will value that over the... I will value that over the green mana. Oh, now there's a Life Death. Recurring Nightmares would be nice on the wheel. Starting Town's also nice. And honestly, a Torsten wouldn't even be that bad either, because it's another natural order target. Maybe I'm supposed to take the Torsten and let this Life Death come around, because we have Recurring Nightmare too, so there's 2 Reanimate spells, and one of them's way less likely to be taken. And if we have the problem that I often have, where Atraxa natural order in the opening hand, or I just draw them, it's very nice to have another target. And again, our white splash is basically free. I think I've talked myself into this Torsten. Because honestly, this Recurring Nightmare is not the end of the world if we do that too. Alright, I talked myself into it. Let's Torsten. It's not a Time Walk or a Black Lotus, but maybe I'll get a pick 3 Time Walk. I've done that twice now. One of them I forgot to record, and then the other one, I don't remember what happened, but I don't think it made it on the list, because I was bragging about it to one of my buddies, and then they were like, "Oh, which draft was it?" And I was like, "Oh, crap." I've done a lot of these. Sometimes things get lost, and I apologize, but I know I've done it twice. Okay. Ancient Tomb, Urza Saga. We're not either of those. I guess Urza Saga actually gets. Oh, we have Lava Spur Boots. That's actually a perfect reason to take Urza Saga. But if we had more blue fixing, I would totally be into this Mystical Tutor for natural order. There's Blooming Marsh. I don't think we're an Ancient Tomb deck. Hmm. Is this Urza Saga too cute? It probably is, but there's nothing else in the pack that like is super exciting for me, so let's just take it. Ooh, Swords to Plowshares. That's actually really nice. Parallax Wave is also really nice. We have a lot of white fixing. That's tough. There's also a Bloodstained Mire. This pack is just loaded. Oh, and also I just realized a Titania would be insane in this deck too. We only have 1 equipment. This might not be a terrible Jit deck, even though I normally don't go for that. I'm going to take the Swords, but this Parallax Wave is very incredible. Very, very good card. That's a tough choice. That's an Entomb. With a decent chance of getting a second Reanimate spell. There's also Undercity Sewers for blue, but it's just the Atraxa. I'm gonna take the Entomb. I can't resist. I really hope one of those life deaths wheel. Unfortunately, I think it's too late for an animate dead. Although we got pick 5 animate dead when I drafted. Literally Entomb and animate dead were my only reanimate spells, and we 7-1 that draft. So or we 7-2'd, but I meant like we 7-1 WON. Okay, maybe the tropical island is finally the source we want. I did take a Torsten, so I'm less like in need of a Vaultborn Tyrant. And a fetchable green blue is nice. It gets off of Verdant. Am I supposed to just take the Vaultborn? I don't know. I want to take the tropical. Now we have 2 ways to cast this Atraxa, and maybe there's another blue card that comes around that we want. Okay, Hymn to Torok's nice. Atali, unfortunately, that ship has sailed. There is another black-white land. So 9 of these are lands, plus Sol Ring is 10. So we have exactly the amount of playables we need. So now we have to start making cuts if we take cards. But Dismember is very strong. I see the Bristly Bill, but Dismember is just incredibly strong. Let's take that. Ooh, Savannah. That's perfect. Yes, I see the Woodfall Primus, but now we have untapped green-white that's fetchable off of both. Yeah, Savannah's perfect for this deck. I wish we had a Scrubland, of course, but because the Godless Shrine didn't wheel. And neither did the Overgrown Tomb, now that I think about it. Let's see. Go for the Throat or Restless Cottage? I'm not interested in anything else. Let's take the land. This one's on our primary colors, even though it's a tap land. We have a lot of tap lands, but it'll be fine. Okay, the Death did come back. Okay, I was going to say, but it's weird that the Recurring Nightmare didn't, but it's right there. Maybe the Recurring Nightmare is actually better for us, but it's not dependent on having a creature in play, but it also doesn't make us lose life. It's also another thing to get back with Atraxa, and it's a way to cycle Atraxa, so let's do that, actually. Spear, I don't think we want. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm supposed to just take Spear. We do have a lot of things. I wouldn't even mind a Manamorphose, honestly. There's also Map that Urza Saga can get, but yeah, I'll take the Spear. Commando, I don't think we're a Grim Monolith deck. We're barely a Sol Ring deck, unfortunately. We could just take the Mana Tithe, have a little bit of disruption. Sure. Ooh, Collective Brutality. That's good. Let's take that. Not the greatest Reanimator deck I've ever seen. Okay, Fallen Shinobi is definitely a reward for taking that other blue source. Yeah, let's take it. I'm not guaranteed to play this, but who knows? Yeah, we will definitely take the dual land. We have so many white-black duels, so this Stoneforge Mystic is basically just free. And I'll see you in the deck tech. Pardon me for this brief interruption to introduce this year's Oklahoma Land Run information. This will be our 7th year hosting this event. Featured events include a Legacy main event, a Vintage main event, and a Team Trios main event featuring both and including Modern as the 3rd seat. If you can make it a day earlier, Thursday, July 9th, Game HQ will be hosting Last Chance Trials. These trials include various formats firing every hour starting at noon. Also happening Thursday, there will be a High Roller Vintage Cube starting at 7 p.m. A Charity Old School 93-94 tournament happening Sunday the 12th. Don't have power? Don't worry. You can proxy any card currently on the reserve list for all events during the Oklahoma Land Run. This year's playmat artist is none other than Kai Saratari. More information, including side events and trial kits, are coming soon. Check out the link in the description to keep up to date with this year's Oklahoma Land Run. Now let's get back to the action. Alright, this one took me a minute to kind of figure out. I ended up, so I'm not going to play the Fallen Shinobi. Like I said, this one took me a minute to make cuts, so I went ahead and just trimmed that. I'm still going to keep the Tropical Island in. for the Atraxa, so I have more than just the mana confluence. I am going to be playing 15 lands because I have this Soul Ring. I also have a couple Dorks, and I have this Troll, which I am just going to add as a full land. And then with all the, like, a lot of people cut land for Soul Ring anyways, which I'm not saying is incorrect. But especially combined with these couple of Mana Dorks and the Screen Sun Zenith, I definitely feel more than comfortable cutting to 15 lands. Also, most of my deck is in this range, and this stuff is just kind of like, if we get there, we get there. The last cut I made, I also ended up not playing the Mana Tithe or the Unearth, and Explore, since I'm playing less lands, I'm not really interested in. This is just like a bad, not even a good time walk or bad time walk, whatever. It's just something I'm not interested in. And with Bowmasters and Sheoldreds and I already said Hullbridges. I meant Orcish Bowmasters. But anyways, it's just not great. But anyways, it was Shadow Spear and Lava Spur Boots, and both of them get off of Urza. Both of them are fetchable off Stoneforge Mystic. I don't think I need both. I have complained a lot. Maybe not complain is the correct word, but I've mentioned a lot that I don't usually like equipment that don't suit themselves, so to speak. And I for that reason, I don't think I can play both. I kind of have to make the decision. Do I want the hastiness, especially if I'm getting it off Urza Saga, then it's just fantastic. Or do I want the lifelink and the longevity? And I think I'm supposed to just take the boots for the oops I win factor more so than the play a long game. I have Sheoldred to gain life. I have Atraxa to gain life. So it's not, the technically Collective Brutality and even Witherbloom command. So it's not out of the question. So that's what I ended up going with. I think the rest of this deck's pretty solid, and I'm very excited to see how it works today. I'll see you in round one. Welcome to round one. We have a Natural Order and a Torsten. Let's hope we don't draw an Atraxa. Actually, I don't even... This seems like a terrible hand. I can't do anything until turn 4. This Caldra's a dead card. This Torsten's a dead card. So if I mulligan, I'm technically going up a playable. So that seems like the perfect reason to mulligan, and let's mulligan. This seems a lot more reasonable. I wish I had white mana, but we have the Mosswood Dread Knight. That can help us find cards. So yeah, let's do this. What are we putting back? I guess we're supposed to put back the Stoneforge or the swords, but that just seems so wrong. Maybe we just put back the swamp, but then like it's harder to get to Sheoldred because we still need 4 mana. Urza Saga, of course, can get Soul Ring. I'm gonna put back the Sheoldred. It's gonna. Okay, no, I'm not. I'm going to put back the swords. It's hard to keep 2 white cards when I don't have white mana. I could argue putting back Stoneforge Mystic because I have Mosswood Dread Knight at 2. Okay, that's great. That's a mana dork. That was a good draw. Too bad we don't have Noble Hierarch. We only have Ignoble Hierarch. Otherwise, that is white. But now we can go Swamp, Green Sun for 1, and then next turn go Urza into Sheoldred. That would be a good one. Opponent is a Lutri deck with bad lands. Let's hope that they don't have Entomb anytime soon. Ooh, and this... Oh, only if you control plains or a swamp. So not currently. Auto pay. Let's get a Mana Dork down. We're going to get the Ignoble Hierarch. It's just better than Elvish Mystic. And if it dies, then it's not hugely relevant anyways. So, and then the what's nice is that Green Sun Zenith goes back into our deck too, if you weren't aware. Good old F6 value. I wish they had like a true blue F6 function. They have Shift Enter, but I forget the situations, but there's been times where I'll hit it and it still gives me priority during certain things. I don't remember what those things were, but I remember being irritated about it. So here we are. It would be nice to just slam an Urza Saga into a Sheoldred. Oh, and they're tapping out for it. Now, they could have a Daze, of course. That seems great. Do they have a dismember? Nope. I do like their little icon here with the Oko and the scarf. That's really cool. My fear was when they first put the Lutri in, is like maybe they have a Force of Will because that's a very common play pattern, but they clearly didn't. I think they would, unless they had to go for the throat or something similar immediately. Oh, are we just going to get breached out? Please don't breach us out. I was just telling my buddy Nick that I drafted earlier. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. That's not the end of the world, honestly. Anyways, I played 4 rounds and breach was 3 of them. So, needless to say, I did not do well. I think I'm supposed to just make a dork. And then I get the lava spur boots after this. So honestly, it isn't even the end of the world. They go to 9, unless they kill my Shieldred. Breach can still kill us if they have Brain Freeze as well. We need to keep that in mind. It's too bad I don't have Soul Guide Lantern. I would probably get it. Oh, 1 ring. Okay. Well, at least they can't draw without losing life. It says loses life, which is not damage, which means they should die to it. Okay. I have a couple options here, but I think I actually... Let's see. If I make a dork and get a soul ring on 1 short, and I do want to exile that lotus petal. That lotus petal super scares me. It's too bad I didn't play the white source yet, but at least I got the Urza Saga down. Let's resolve. I can't do damage anyways this turn is my thinking here. And then now a white source off the top is just fire. Let's get the lotus petal out of here. And we have a food token. That's a cool food token. Okay. And keep in mind, a white source is a Torsten, which can refill our hand with creatures and lands. Yep, that means they probably don't have anything, so they have to have removal off this 1 draw, I would imagine. If they're drawing off the 1 ring before killing Shieldred, that tells me they do not have an answer for Shieldred. And keep in mind, they didn't activate before they drew their card either. So, like, in other words, end of turn. So, I don't know if they have an answer to Shieldred unless they literally just drew it. They're looking at my Shieldred. Please don't look at my Shieldred. Shieldred in this picture kind of looks like the thing from Dragon Age Awakening. And I'm kind of digging it, not going to lie. I absolutely love that game. I keep thinking about doing a Let's Play for this channel, even though it's not Magic related. Interesting. I could get back Eternal Witness, but let's see what they do first. I don't want to attack with Shieldred here. I don't know what they could have, but why chance it when I can just hit them for 4 and then they die to 1 ring or draw step with Shieldred? Okay. Sure. So they're going to be at 3 minimum. Yeah, let's Green Sun. Sorry. Yeah, okay, yeah. Green Sun X equals 3. Eternal Witness of Land. And if they make me discard, that's fine. I don't want to eat the food, obviously, because then it would kill the construct. Alright, they go to 2. They cannot draw any more cards while Shieldred is in play. So they have to, like, non-Thoughtseize make me discard. Oh, Bolas's Citadel, nice. Yep, good games. I'll see you next round. Welcome to round 2. This is definitely a keep. I guess I'm glad I bottomed the sword swords to plowshares last round, since our opponent never played a relevant creature. Shadowy Backstreet. Is that better than Restless Forest? Probably. Yeah, let's play it. Eternal Witness. I don't think we want Eternal Witness. Although it's not a bad play either. It lets us re-up the Stoneforge Mystic if they have a way to kill it. Okay. That's unfortunate. Discard a card, eh? Think we're just discarding the Mana Tide, or Mana Confluence, I mean. I guess we'll get rid of the Restless. Now this can get Tropical Island, which is a reason to get rid of the Mana Confluence. So maybe I should have gotten rid of the Confluence. Alright, let's go get a 5/5 with Indestructible and Haste and everything else. Badger Mole Cub might be nice here. Swords the Plowshares would be nice here. Honestly, I might Mana Confluence. If they tap out, I might just Mana Confluence into Badger Mole Cub. I don't want to discard the Torsten. I guess I missed when they discarded Archon. That's brutal. I guess I'll discard the Torsten now. There's a chance that yeah. There's a chance that I hit Necromancy of my own. Discard the Cauldron. Draw a card and hope to draw swords. We did not draw swords. And that is lethal. Good game. I'll see you in round 3. Welcome to round 3. Hopefully this time we do not get utterly demolished by Reanimator. Yeah, we're on the play. We have turn 1 Soul Ring into Stoneforge Mystic, Badger Mole, etc., etc. Let's keep. Now this Verge doesn't tap for white unless we have one of these. So the way to turn 2 Stoneforge Mystic is to just play this, play Soul Ring, and then I can play Indult the Triumph, and it'll trigger the Bleach Bone. Not trigger it, but you know what I mean. Yep, we'll get Cauldron with the Soul Ring. It's a lot easier to cast Cauldron if our Stoneforge does die. But hopefully it does not. Sure. This land. Play this. Let's attack for 1. Now, next turn we have a Torsten or a Cauldron Complete. I'll probably play the Cauldron Complete first since they're not... Oh, actually, maybe I just attack with everything. I'm going to attack with the Badger Mole, too. If they have, like, a flash creature... Yep, okay, which they do. That's fine. I was going to say, then I still have enough for Torsten. Because 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that just wastes a Snapcaster Mage. I think that's worth it. Mother of Runes, okay. Let's just kill this. Now we're probably just going to play a Torsten here. Now that they've tapped out. Refill our hand. Play an Urza Saga into Cauldron next turn. Into Concealing, I suppose. Oh, that's a good one. Do they have Time Walk? That would be brutal. Don't have Time Walk. These things have Lifelink and Flying. Do not have Time Walk. Do not have Time Walk. Okay, good. Oh, that's actually, that's Atraxa. Maybe I'm supposed to wait till next turn, though, for the Atraxa. Let's see what their last card is. Ghostfire on the Concealing. That's fine. Should have just slammed the Atraxa, but I wanted to play around the Counterspell. I know we have to play around the Counterspell next turn now, but that's fine. I'm going to assume that they block with the 1/1. Yeah. Yep. Please just play the land. Okay, perfect. Now we get to Atraxa and win the game. Let's see. Lava Spur, Wither, Recurring Nightmare, Eternal Witness, Entomb. Oh, that's not what I want. There we go. All right, let's draw 6 off that, I suppose. Shadowy Backstreet. Natural Order out of here. Ignoble Hierarch. Smash for a bunch. Hopefully they don't have removal for our Atraxa. Because if they can top deck like a Swords of the Plowshares, that might be enough. Discard 2 lands. Okay, they did not top deck a Swords of the Plowshares. I was about to say that is going to be game, especially with Recurring Nightmare over and over again. All right, I'll see you next round. Welcome to round 4. We have another Soul Ring, and if we can just get a green creature, we have an Atraxa with this Natural Order. Yeah, I'm going to keep. I'm probably not going to lead off with the Soul Ring, especially against this type of deck. That's a lot. I'm going to lead off with a Shadowy Backstreet and try to find a green creature. Remember, there's only 15 lands in this deck, so the fact that we've seen 6 of them so far is kind of egregious. Okay, do they have a 3-drop? They're attacking for 0. I like it. Well, that's not great. Yeah, I'm sniffing something. I don't want to play the Soul Ring out for nothing. If they have a Wheel of Fortune, they have a Wheel of Fortune. Good for them. Okay. I'm going to try to hold this Swords to Plowshares. Okay. Now I'll Badger Mole. They didn't do anything with 5 mana. Eternal Witness gets back swords. Even plays around a Mana Tithe, which if they had, they would have, done that with the swords. But all right, I am tired of drawing lands now, though. So if we could stop drawing lands, that'd be great. This thing hits pretty hard, I will say. Yeah, you have 6 mana. That's not enough for a Tolly. Another reason why I wanted to do that. And if we can just natural order for Atraxa, that would be great. Please don't kill my Eternal Witness. Annoying, but you know what? That is fine. I'm not going to block. We're going to get into Atraxa and hopefully win the game. I could Torsten as well, but I think Atraxa is just going to be better. Especially with hits like these. Stoneforge Mystic? Man, imagine if I still had my Soul Ring. I think Stoneforge Mystic's better. Alright, discard 2 cards. Discard Restless Fortress. And is it Badger Mole? It's probably Witherbloom. It's probably just Entomb, actually. Comment. Okay, and yes, I'm aware I can Entomb Necromancy the Torsten. Okay, that's just some squirrels. That's fine. Witherbloom's going to kill the Birds of Paradise, and then I'm going to kill the Comet, so... Let's do destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent, so I can kill the Ruby. Definitely want this one. Yeah, I think I should just go for stopping their mana. And then I'm going to go to combat. Let's kill Pup. Nothing there I care about. Nothing there I care about. Let's play the blue source. Play the Badger Mole, and then that'll let me play the Stoneforge. And then I can even sack that to Necromancy. I'm not Necromancy, but Recurring Nightmare, and that'll come back to play tapped. Yeah, take action. Yes, please. Let's get Culture Complete. And they're going to need a lot off of 4 mana. Yeah, good game. This deck's been pretty sweet. I'll see you next round. Welcome to round 5, I believe. I'm not in love with this hand, but I want to try it. I'm going to lead with Restless Cottage so I can get down the Ignoble. Because remember, this can still get planes. Lion Sash can be a problem. If they tap out of white, yeah, it's white. Then I may cycle Troll just to Necromancy it. Because a 5/5 with like triple menace basically is nothing to scoff at. Okay, so we're not going to get a Sheoldred into play next turn. That's unfortunate. Sure. It'll be funny if they do this before the search, but are they going to play something else? I will consider just cycling Troll if they do anything else. Okay, that's what I thought. Sorry for my dog barking. Don't think I need another land, although famous last words. I have the Troll for another land if it really gets that bad. Nice. I don't know why they're doing that now, but... Okay, concealing, let's do it. Comet Stellar Pup, eh? Don't roll a 6. Okay. They're going to kill the concealing curtains. And I'm just going to Swords this now. And then I'm going to cycle this Troll for this swamp so I can play Sheoldred. Okay. Would be really nice to draw, I forget what it's called, but the thing I can escalate by discarding cards. Yep. Nice. Okay, what can they get back? Flame Slash, even nicer. Alright, roll one more time. Hopefully just one more time. Okay, and they get back nothing. Cool. I'm okay with that. Okay, that at least is, one step closer to an Atraxa. Do I want the 6/4 or the 5/5? Probably, or the 5/4 or the 5/5. Probably the 5/5 with evasion. Although this has trample. 5/4 with trample or... Troll has to be better, right? Please just roll a 1. Sweet. Hopefully Comet goes down unless they play a creature. But if they only play 1, I can dismember it. Soul Ring doesn't do it immediately, but it does put Atraxa into play next turn. Oh, they're going to have 2 pieces of removal. That's too bad. I mean, if they attack me, Cottage will kill the Comet. And maybe that's what I was supposed to just do. Honestly, I might have just missed that pretty bad. Please just attack. Yes, okay, they missed it too. Unless they have another piece of removal, which in case they do, like, you know, whatever. Okay, Torsten was probably literal worst draw. It's happening pretty fast. Get rid of the Oliphant. Yeah, probably should have done that last turn. Sorry for missing it, but at least it didn't end up being too bad for us. Oh my gosh, don't you dare. I mean, they're obviously going to do it. I just hope that they don't hit something sweet. If they hit a land, I honestly might be more mad. But I will be dismembering that if I get the chance. Detectives, Phoenix, eh? Badger Mole Cub that you get to just play for free now? That's brutal. Alright, come on, deck. Ah, Soul Ring. I mean, that's something next turn. That's Atraxa next turn if I can live. And I think I'm supposed to just dismember now. In case they have a reprieve effect or something and I can gain 3 life with the Soul Ring and the food, and then I can just slam an Atraxa. So I take 4 this turn unless... Okay, oh, that's annoying. I can just play the other one, though. They take 1, I play the other. But they're going to take the Atraxa, I would imagine. But at least Torsten will help me get 2 Atraxa the following turn. That was an incredible draw from them. Come on, take the Atraxa. Let's go. Thank you. Yep, go to 4. So yeah, I'm just dead anyways. Yeah. God, that's so brutal. That's such a brutal loss. Elite Spellbinder off the top being the difference. Sure. So they did have a Mana Tithe. Yep. Good game. Welcome to round 6. This seems like a very reasonable hand of Magic the Gathering cards, honestly. The Cauldron Complete is kind of annoying, but I think this is functioning. Especially now. That was actually a really nice hit. Hopefully they don't just go Swamp, Reanimate. And I do apologize, my Dalmatian is barking again. Ooh, Soul Ring of their own, nice. Into Currency Converter, okay. I think I'm supposed to Badger Mole. If they get rid of the shadowy backstreet, I get to do it again, like the Surveil, because it'll leave and come back. Balance, okay, sure. So I keep this land. And then that'll come back. So that didn't do much. Okay, Ignoble Hierarch, get rid of. Now, it does mean that I don't get to Recurring Nightmare this turn. Oh my god, Strip Mine, nice. Okay. That's one of the worst draws I could have had, unfortunately. I need a Black Source now. That was incredible play by our opponent. Okay, that's a Black Source. It's not untapped, unfortunately, but it is a Black Source. We're just going to say go and make some dudes. Yep. Oh, maybe they misclicked. I know I've done that before. I really do apologize. I don't know why my dog keeps barking. I know it's annoying. think I just want to make another dork. Especially because I get the Soul Ring down now, too. Just start beating in and make them regret their aggressive play. Definitely was supposed to leave a black open, so that's on me. If I tap back an untapped land, that's Cauldron Complete coming in. If not, then I have Recurring Nightmare. But yeah, imagine if the auto tap. I should have. It's my fault, but imagine if the auto tapper didn't make me tap this black source. Let's just say no. I guess they already had mana for a Sunfall. Okay, that's a nice one. I'll admit. Yep. Let's just play out this Cauldron. Keep smashing. Alright, they go to 2? Oh no, they blocked the non-trampling one. Okay. They go to 6. Is this an upheaval? If it is, it's... I mean, they're forgetting their treasure. Okay, it's an upheaval. Glad I didn't Recurring Nightmare yet. Oh, it's a march? Into what? Oh, now upheaval, now that I don't have a Soul Ring anymore? I still have a Llanowar Elf. Oh no, Coveted Jewel. Okay, they're just going for broke. Sure. Yep. I mean, Coveted Jewel says unblocked, not deals damage, so... That is unfortunate. I can make them have to block with everything if... Oh, no, I don't have a mana for this. I'm 1 short. No, that is 4. Yeah, but then I don't have the mana for that. Okay. Let's see what they do. I guess I'm supposed to play Sheoldred and equip it, but... Alright, so they're going to take 4? Okay, well now I'm definitely going to just play Sheoldred and equip it. I didn't think they were going to do that. Yep, don't draw a counterspell, which they didn't float blue, so... If they're going to crack Canyon, they should do it now. Alright, they have to kill it before they draw a card. Nope, good game. Unless they have to Shauna's Tidebinder. They had it. Nice. Nice. This has been a sweet game, I will not lie. Floating a bunch of mana again. It's not great. It's not good for us. Yep, here's the upheaval. That's such a shame. That might be enough. It's weird that I don't have white mana. Yep. Yeah, they're just kind of going off the third path now. That's so unfortunate to lose this way. This deck was fun to play. It's so unfortunate they literally the one card that stops Sheoldred from just killing them, and they had it. I will Green Sun for the other one here soon, but I imagine that we're dead. Oh, I guess I'm actually one mana from getting Sheoldred into play if I do this the way this, but I can't imagine that they're not gonna just kill my Llanowar Elf, and they can just Tishana's Tidebinder my Sheoldred. Yeah, this should be killing the Llanowar Elf. They don't need to draw more cards. They agree. Now I'm going to swamp into Ignoble, probably. Yep, more dorks, attack for a bunch. It's too bad I don't have Flash. Okay, I'm just dumb. Oh, Ignoble's already in there. Oh! Was that part of the balance, maybe? Oh, no, I milled it. I surveilled it. I'm super dumb. Well, I guess I deserve to lose this one. Good on them for having the Tishana's Tidebinder. Like, that's crazy. Crazy for them. I really wish I knew if they drew it off of the currency converter, because they didn't draw off the Sunbake Canyon. Opponent's deck is sweet. Super sweet. I hope you're enjoying watching this from our side of it. Yep, there's an Atraxa right on time. Said no one ever. Yeah, I think this is just game. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Good game. That was incredible. I hope you enjoyed watching. Alright, I just wanted to say this deck did a lot of fun things. It was very fun to play. It's just unfortunate the way the way we lost. I would draft it. I would send this back as is, 100%. If I could just pay another 1,500 gems and just resubmit, I would. I think this deck is very fun. It's not something that like I want to be drafting per se, but this as a deck, I did have a lot of fun with playing, and I hope you had fun watching it. And I'll see you in the next video.